Welcome back to Heresy 40k, and at the time of recording, Adepticon has just happened, or it's still kind of going on. I don't know, I'm not where Adepticon is, but the big thing being is that Warhammer had their stream announcing new minis and all that for their various games. So the main ones they did were Old World, Kill Team, Age of Sigmar, and 40k. And I thought I'd give my thoughts, my opinions on these announcements, because I was watching the stream and I'm like, wow, a lot of these announcements are really goddamn good. And then a lot of other ones are, atrocious. So starting off with, which I think had the best announcements, best reveals, was Old World. So starting off, the Wood Elf Realms and the Beastmen Brayherds. I've gotten all these minis coming out, the refreshes and everything, and they look pretty cool. Beastmen, and they look fine, but I'm not a big Beastmen fan. Wood Elves also look fine, but I'm more of a more hammering in on like the wood forest side of it. That's why I kind of like the Sylvaneth a bit more in AOS compared to the Wood Elves in Old World / Fantasy. So far, starting off, good, some pretty good minis, but the main one that I would say probably stole the show, for not just Old World, but probably the entire stream, except for maybe one at the end, is the Grand Cathay. So the reveal of Grand Cathay coming to Old World with all of these minis, and seeing them, I'm like, wow. Like, even though I feel like if I'm going into Old World, I was going to go with Tomb Kings, but seeing the Grand Cathay, I'm like, maybe I might change my mind. Maybe I'm Cathay pilled. Maybe I'm Jade Warriors pilled, because a lot of these minis look really good. Like, Warriors, the Lancers, they look good. The Grand Cannon, that looks good. Same with the, I think the alternative one is the Rocket Battery. It looks like the same, it looks like the same minis, just posed differently and with different parts put onto it. The Shugingen, I'm definitely mispronouncing that, Lord on Great Spirit Longmar, looks amazing. Like, holy shit, does that look good. The Gate Masters of the Celestial Cities, those look good. The Sky Lanterns look fantastic. And the Cathayan Sentinels, I think seeing the Cathayan Sentinels, I'm like, I'm sold. Like, I'm sold on Cathay, on the Cathayan Sentinels. But I think the best one, and I think it's solidified that I'm probably, if I'm going to go into Old World, I might go with Cathay, is Mao Ying, the Storm Dragon. As it says here, there's a pre-matriarch of Nangao, who can turn into a dragon, a storm dragon. So she has two minis, one in her human form and one of her storm dragon form. The human form looks really cool, like that. The storm dragon mini though, chef's kiss. That is fucking amazing to look at. So that with that, and also their arcane journal, the equivalent of codexes, battle tomes, and all that. I don't know, I might be getting Cathay stuff. They look really goddamn good. Should it be? I'm saving for a trip, so hopefully it's announced after my trip where I still got a little bit of money left over. But no, I think the Grand Cathay stuff for the Adepticon stream is one of the best announcements, like, clearly. So starting off incredibly strong with Old World. So moving on to Kill Team, and very interesting Kill Team. So Kill Team Typhon, and no, not to be confused with Typhus, his original name was Typhon. No, this Kill Team is Admechs versus Tyranids. Interesting. So the Raveners are getting new minis in this Kill Team for the Tyranids. So there's the Prime, there's the Fell Talon, the Tremor-Scythe, the Wrecker, the Venom Spitter, and a Warrior. And they all look absolutely fantastic. I will say the Tremor-Scythe, the Fell Talon, and the Prime are probably my favorite looking ones there. They look amazing. And then there's also a bunch of, I think, gaunts in the Kill Team box as well, but I think they're technically the existing ones. There's also Ripper Swarm in there, so I think, yeah, it's the Hormagaunts, I think they are, not the Termagaunts. But the paint scheme on those, the colors they've gone for those, looks really goddamn good. One of my friends is a Tyranid player, so he's probably thinking, I'm eating good tonight, boy. Hell yeah. And then we come to the AdMech side. You have the Techno-Archaeologist, the Servitor Underseer, and then everything else are mainly Servitors. The Techno-Archaeologist and the Servitor Underseer look pretty good. I really like those. The Servitors, so you got the Gun Servitors, the Breacher, Techno-Medic, the Auto Proxy, and the Combat Servitors. They look fine. I think the Servitors, they're not the most appealing part when it comes to AdMech. It's the actual AdMechs themselves, like the different types of Tech Priests, the Skitaris and all that. So good to fine looking minis on the AdMech side. And then we have parts of like some terrain, so some Tyranid terrain for the Kill Team box set. So yeah, Kill Team, solid. I think it was good. But here is when we start to go down a little. So starting with Age of Sigmar. So Spearhead is resurrected in Shyish, while matched play uproots to Gyran. So starting off with this Spearhead for Sand and Bone Gaming Pack. So a new, as it says here, the Spearhead Sand and Bone Gaming Pack invites you into Shyish, including a double-sided gaming board showing the sepulchral environs of Dolorum and the endless chilling deserts of Osaya. So a gaming board with some terrains and some extras there. New realm means new twists, new battle tactics, new objectives, and terrain fit for the realm of death. The terrain looks pretty cool, but the gaming pack, whatever, it's fine. There's a 24-page book of rules in it, but you still need the core rules to play AOS. But luckily, you can download that for free, so that's good. GW, you're understanding. Rules, free. They should be free. Okay, good. You're doing good there. And then several different factions are getting new Spearhead. So Cities of Sigmar, Fusel Platoon. I'm not particularly the biggest fan of Cities of Sigmar. I think there's some good minis in there, but like, it's not really an army I'd feel like, oh yeah, I want to play Cities of Sigmar. So yeah, it looks alright for me. Seraph and Sunblood Prowlers, you know, they look pretty good. The Cyrock Bone Reapers Mortisan Elite, I think they look fantastic, but yeah, it's these minis that already existed before, it's just new Spearheads. And then the Ogre Tribe's Scrap Glug, which I'm not really a big fan of the Ogre Tribe, so the minis look fine, minis look good, but not a big fan of those. So yeah, that was very minimal for AOS, but AOS, weakish reveals, not as bad as 40k. 40k had some, we'll get into them, okay? I'll talk about them first. So starting off with a new chapter approved mission deck. So yeah, don't really care. Fun, you know, nice little detail that there's Crimson Fist on there. They remember that other chapters exist. Wow, surprising. So, you know, if you're interested in the new chapter approved mission deck, you can grab that. But the main ones here, so starting off with Chaos. We have some new minis for the three other Chaos factions for World Eaters, Death Guard, and Thousand Suns. So starting off with the World Eaters one, it's a new leader for the 8-bound champions called the Slaughterbound. It's essentially an 8-bound that has, as it says here, a monstrously powerful warrior whose unquenchable lust for bloodshed is so great that they welcome a mighty bloodthirster into their soul. So instead of the 8-bound where it's like, it's, you know, 8 because Khorne, 8 demons in one body, like 8 demons fighting for control over the one body, and they essentially, what is it, like fuse together, so that makes the 8-bound. This one is like, just fucking give me the real deal. Just give me a goddamn bloodthirster instead. The mini looks cool. It does. It's a cool looking mini. I would like to probably get this mini. And that's it for World Eaters. You're going to see this as kind of a recurring thing with the Chaos factions here. Yeah, that was literally it for World Eaters, which really needs more. But then we got the look of the Codex, which looks fine. Death Guard, they just showed the Lord of Poxes again, which we got at LVO, and then showed the Codex. Okay, I guess they're getting just one mini as well, and we already saw that. Now, Thousand Sons. Thousand Sons are getting the Sekitar robots. They're automatons, which I think they have automatons in Heresy, I believe. So they're getting their 40k equivalents. I don't like them. I don't like them at all. They don't look good. I'm not a fan of the paint color scheme they've given them. Granted, yeah, I can just change it, but the official look, how the model looks, I'm not a fan. I mean, yeah, sure, it's not a Zangor. It's not Zangor units, but it's not a good-looking model in my opinion. I'm sorry. And then we had a look at the Codex. Codex, art on it looks pretty good. Again, that's it. That is it for those three factions. Aside from the Codex, is 3 minis. Well, the automaton is technically 2 minis, so it comes 2 in the box, but it's in the 1 box. So yeah, just 3 minis for them. One of which we already knew about at LVO. Wow. Wow. And then there was also the reveal that the was Karnak or Karanak, a known as with Fellhounds, Fleshhounds. They're a known cornate demon, like they're the corn demon dogs. Yeah, but it's the named one. Because some time ago it was revealed that it got removed, essentially thrown into Legends. Apparently not. It's back, but in like the World Eaters Codex now. So it's like, yeah, we got rid of it for demons and we're just throwing it into the World Eaters Codex apparently. So okay. Sure, I feel like it makes more sense to be in the, I don't know, the Chaos Demon Codex that's probably coming out soon, but I don't know, GW with a lot of questionable decisions, especially with these announcements, and it gets even worse. So we have a new Crusade, our narrative campaign. It's Armageddon. Guys, we're going back to Armageddon again. Oh my god, don't you guys love it when we go back to Armageddon? How many goddamn wars does Armageddon need? Honestly, how many? So, yep, the blood red skies have opened on Armageddon's northern pole, and a demonic horde of unimaginable magnitude will soon be unleashed upon the long-suffering planet. That demon Primarch Angron is back for another round. Yeah, because he was there the last time, wasn't he? It was like the third war? Or like second war? So is this the third or fourth war now? Or maybe fifth for Armageddon? Jesus Christ. And even the intervention of the Grey Knights may not be enough to stop in the latest supplement for Warhammer 40,000 Crusade Armageddon. So yeah, it's the new narrative campaign supplement. The Red Angels invasion unfolds over 43 pages of story. Legendary Space Marine chapters gather to throw back the incursion and decide the fate of this perennial battle-scarred hive world. Yeah, it's like, okay, so all these new rules. You got Nemesis Champions, Inspirational Champions. The narrative role plays power-ups for Epic Heroes. As it says here, so new Hellscape rules let you play games on battlefields riven with warp energy. New narrative play rules power up your epic hero units by designating them as mighty champions, with appropriate campaign-focused abilities depending on what kind of character they are. So Angron for example, is every bit a Nemesis champion who hunts down powerful enemy leaders, while Chaplain Grimaldus motivates his comrades as an inspirational champion. So it kind of depends on like what kind of epic hero. It seems like what kind of epic hero there is. We have our first look of the Grey Knights Codex, and if you were hoping that we get announcements of Grey Knights getting a refresh, because they really kind of do need a refresh, an upscaling of their minis. Well, you're in luck, because the only thing they decided to do was to upgrade the Dread Knight. Oh boy. But it's not all doom and gloom for the 40k announcements, because they've saved their best for last, and it really is their best for last. That is the Space Wolves. The Space Wolves are getting a range refresh, starting off with an army set. So it contains the Blood Claws, 10 Blood Claw minis, which are essentially their versions of Neophyte. So they're essentially the 10 intercessors, but more Space Wolves themed, with parts of their armor, the helmet options, and the bare face options as well. The next step after that is 10 minis of Grey Hunters. They're kind of the same, but they're fitted with bolt carbines instead, or some other varying different weapons, but they're, again, Space Wolf versions of intercessors. Then we have the Wolf Guard Head Takers. So these are 6 minis in total. It is 3... it is 3 Space Wolves with 3 Fenrisian Wolves. I do like the Fenrisian Wolves. They look cool. And the Wolf Guard Head Takers also look cool. And they have some varying options. You know, there's multiple different helmet and bare face options. And weapon options are, you can either have them with a power axe in the shield, or you can have them as power axe and power sword. So you can have them dual wielding weapons there, so that's pretty cool. Then leading them is the Wolf Guard Battle Leader, and he looks amazing. He looks really cool. Again, multiple different head options and also multiple different weapon options. You can have him with the power sword, or you can have him with a hammer. You have him with the shield, or you can replace it with a sidearm instead. Then I would arguably say the best looking one of these Space Wolf reveals, the Wolf Priest. Drip. Capital D drip. Fucking looks amazing. Holy shit, does he look cool. 3 different head options, and the choice to swap out the sidearm with, I'm going to assume it's kind of a special type of, like, Fenrisian, like, dagger or something. So that's the entire army set with the codex. I'm going to assume also data sheets are going to be in there as well. And on the horizon for 40k, apparently what's coming up next is Chaos Knights, Imperial Knights, Black Templars, and the Grey Knights, which was just the Dreadnought upgrade. Whoopee. And then on the horizon, Salamanders, what looks like to be Imperial Fists, and what also looks like to be Votan. And then they said, further on to the future, there's something else coming out, and it's the silhouette of a Space Marine. Even though I play Space Marines, I play Blood Angels, it's like, come on. Something different. Chaos got fucking nothing in these announcements. And like, yeah, there's the clear favoritism with Space Wolves because they're Space Marines, but come on. So overall, Old World probably had the best announcements, especially with Carthay. Kill Team, pretty good announcement. AOS, a kind of a weak announcement. It was just, here's the new spearheads, here's this new gaming pack as well. 40k, I think, was the worst. It's like, yeah, they got new stuff. World Eaters got 1 new model. Death Guard got 1 new model that we already knew about. Thousand Suns got 1 new model, which is technically 2. It doesn't really look that good. Grey Knight's got an upgrade to the kind of the most divisive, maybe hated mini, the Dread Knight. But Space Wolves got a lot, and apparently there's still more for Space Wolves to come. So, I don't know, yeah, it's a very, like, half and half for these announcements, and it's, I don't know, we'll have to see what's coming out later on. That better not be it for Chaos, because that's very weak for Chaos. It's fine for maybe Death Guard, because they already have a lot of minis. Thousand Suns doesn't particularly have a lot. World Eaters has barely anything. Like, if you're a World Eaters fan, I feel bad for you. if you're a Grey Knights fan that wants a refresh, I also feel bad for you because they decided to give that to the Dread Knight instead of like the actual minis that need to be updated, the actual like squads, the Terminators. Like this edition is Terminators. Terminators are the big thing of this edition, and they didn't update their Terminators. Like they're big. When you think of Grey Knights, like for me, when I think of Grey Knights, I think of their Terminators. Like I think that is a Grey Knight to me. Like their Terminators and their special like Aegis armor, Terminators, and they didn't refresh those. Like, come on, please, come on. But no, the Space Wolf stuff looks great. Even though, yeah, I've seen people argue it's just like, yeah, a lot of those are just slightly reskinned intercessors. They're just Space Wolf themed intercessors, I guess, but they look cool. But I'm not in a hurry to get the Space Wolf stuff. I might get that separately. I'll definitely get the Wolf Priest. The Wolf Priest looks cool. I would love to have that mini. Same with the Wolfguard Battle Leader. I think the Wolfguard Battle Leader looks really cool as well. Love to have him. And then maybe the Head Takers as well. They also look pretty cool. And they come with the Fenrisian Wolves. I love painting the wolves. I have Logan Grimnar's mini. And I really loved how the two Fenrisian Wolves on his mini turned out once I painted them. So, yeah. That's it for this video. It's kind of a surprising highs to very disappointing lows. So, yep, that's it for the video. What were your thoughts on the Adepticon Warhammer reveals and announcements? Leave them in the comments below. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Catch ya.